It's 8 o'clock in the morning here at Site B. It is the 26th day of February 2024. It is cold and foggy and overcast, and it is I, the number one grumpy guide to all the tabletop role-playing game nonsense that is the OGGM, and it's time to take a look at this week's free PDFs, charities, and bundles. Bundles, as always. Please take a moment to remember that these are PDFs. They're digital product. They do not exist in the real world. And since these are digital products, please take a moment to check them for viruses, malware, and all sorts of other phishing things. I just had somebody try and steal my identity last night. So yeah, it's still a thing, guys. And in regards to the charities in question this week, if you want to donate to a charity, but you don't really need 110 video games, role-playing games PDFs about solo role-playing or whatever, just donate to the charities directly through their GoFundMe and ignore the middleman. Speaking of ignoring the middleman, we have a brand new product from yours truly, the OGGM, available for only $1. It is Damaged, the role-playing game. It's available on Giant Slayer Games. It's 10 pages, and I have finally resolved the argument over player agency, DM dice fudging, and this new I automatically hit mechanic. This argument's been going on for weeks, months, years, and finally I resolved it. For only $1, you can finally get the final answer to the whole question of dice fudging and player agency and I automatically hit. Damaged, yours truly, available at Giant Slayer's Game. Moving on to everybody else who's not as important as me, we've got this week's freebies at Drive-Thru and DM's Guild. Most of these look like Drive-Thru products. Not a lot going on in DM's Guild. I don't know if that's good or bad. I have reached out to both the, as I said, both the Adventurers League and DM's Guild to see what's going on with their product line. I have not heard back from DM's Guild. I have heard back from at least one representative of the Adventurers League who believes that they're fine for at least another year. So there you go. Modifius has released a coloring book for Dreams and Machines featuring art from Christian Quinot, Quinot. That's this thing right here. Okay, not great. I mean, okay, it'd be fun to color. Free coloring book. You still have to print it out and color on it, but still. Free. Good morning, Ultra American TTRPG GUR. From Planet 13, we have Free Isotope, a Powered by the Apocalypse post-apocalyptic. Powered by the Apocalypse post-apocalyptic. I guess that works. Sends you into a post-apocalyptic wasteland full of post-apocalyptic stuff, like mutants and evolved animals and guys in leather with tricked out cars and stuff like that. We've got a Shadowrun source book from Torsten Kettlenecker, Torsten, first word, Kaltenecker, second word. It's called Everyday Poisons, and it features stuff you'd find in a normal store at in the world of Shadowrun. So it's Everyday Poison. It's like, what would the 7-Eleven of the Shadowrun future look like? Food items, over-the-counter painkillers, daily necessities. In case that question ever came up, you know, I ran a role-playing game once where I wanted to buy a roll of duct tape in a 7-Eleven to tie up a villain. And oh my God, that got way overly complicated. And I'm like, it's just a 7-Eleven. I'm just walking in, I'm buying a roll of duct tape. They're like $3. Okay, for Starfinder, we have from Not Much 23, Only Trying to Help, which is a Starfinder adventure for first through third level party. It is technically official Starfinder. Weird that we would find it on here and not the Starfinder version. Maybe Not Much doesn't know that Paizo has their own version of DM's Guild. We have a one-page adventure called Glow in the Swamp from Explorer Guild Publishing. And it's for 5e and Pathfinder. And it's about you guys going into a swamp that's full of swampy goodness and perhaps a swamp monster or a guy in a costume. William Roeder has written a high-level campaign for Spelljammer called Spelljammer Carnivant, Carnivant, where you have to deal with an out-of-control floating theme park hurling through the void, and you have to go and explore it, salvage it, and then try and save it before it crashes into a sun or whatever. And there's living mimic spaceships. So spaceships made out of mimics. Would you build a Spelljammer out of a mimic? Well, I suppose you could technically build a Spelljammer out of anything, so sure, why not? From Mirrodin Studios, we have Lizards and Wizards Player Guide, a 2D6 rules light fantasy system that focuses on theater of the mind. From Creepy Assassin, we have Heroes of the Tortoise intro version. It's a D10-based superhero role-playing game set in the streets of Tortuga. Tortuga, of course, the city made famous by Pirates of the Caribbean, but is an actual place. And then we have an adventure for it called The New Heroes, a introductory heroes adventure for Tortoise, the RPG adventure. Why is it called Tortoise? What does Tortoise have to do with superheroes? It's got a picture of a superheroine on the cover standing in front of a city. Yeah, I'm not sure what this has to do with turtles and tortoises, but maybe there's a Gamera in here. I don't know. From Buddy Scott Entertainment, we have The Tomb of Rassentope, a classic D20 adventure about an ancient entomb in the desert, or it feels itself following a sandstorm and unexplored halls filled with treasures. This sounds weirdly familiar. Buddy Scott Entertainment. A mysterious pyramid that rises in the desert after a sandstorm? Does it include the ghost of a pharaoh telling you to go in and resolve his crisis? Because I don't know, that sounds really familiar. It's just really, really, really familiar. It sounds a lot like the plot to Pharaoh. We have the second issue of OSR Zine Downsized Dungeon from Downsized French, which features a bunch of mini dungeons for your standard D20 old school OSR games. I'm not sure what the mini dungeon versus a regular dungeon is. Are these like just one-page dungeons, 5-room dungeons? But hey, free dungeons. Two Little Mice Publishing has released Adventures in the Household, a 5e setting about littlings in a Regency-like setting exploring a large abandoned house after the disappearance of the master. So, the little / mouse guard, your teeny little things, and you're exploring a house, and you're trying to figure out where the master has gone, and you're dealing with all the threats of the house, like, bugs and whatever. The Mighty Bjorn has released 2 supplements for Teeny Gunslingers. The first is called Legends of the Old West. Teeny Gunslingers is a supplement for Teeny D6 Western. It's Teeny D6 Western. So do you need a supplement called Teeny Gunslingers? I think it would be implied that in a role-playing game about Westerns, you would have gunslingers. So it's called Legends of the Old West, and it's free. Then we have America the Beautiful, which is a setting guide to the Old West during the, post-expansion Old West period. And then we have something about wagon trains called Country Roads. Take me home. We have a game called The Catalog, which is based upon the old Sears and Roebuck's catalogs with over 100 items and services available. I don't know. I think that's maybe for the same game. It doesn't say. We've got a Call of Cthulhu adventure called Mad Sci, How to Train Your Shoggoth from Dangerous Worlds, which takes place in, Miskatonic University and deals with a scientist who's doing synthetic biology, and of course, Madcap Call of Cthulhu hijinks ensure. James Purett has released a Silver Creek Horror, a system-agnostic murder mystery horror set in a rural Michigan town that may or may not be based upon Lovecraft. From Media Stream Press, we have Temple of the Feather Serpent, another map treasure-ridden adventure thing that combines fantasy writing with fantasy map makers. So one guy makes the map and another person writes the adventure based upon the map. That's cool. I like that. Mikhail Mensons has released some love for RuneQuest on drive-thru. We haven't seen any RuneQuest love in a while. This is called 3-Step Island. It features 2 maps and whatever's going on the island. Since it's an island, I'm assuming it involves island thingies. So fishmen and crabs and jungles and survival and maybe pirates and possibly dinosaurs. Can't go wrong with pirate dinosaur jungle island. You know that's my favorite setting. Lightning round. The following are new maps and things available in the DM's Guild for 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 new maps. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new background subclasses for 5th edition, which are still... No, guess they're still legal. I thought the 24th was the last day, but these still appear to be old 5e, so who knows. Bundles! Moving on to the bundles and sales. Evil Hat Productions has announced their upcoming Tomb Raider RPG and has released a coupon for everything else on their product line, including Fate, Blades in the Dark, Monsters of the Week, Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and anything else. The coupon is Enter the Tomb, all one word, ENTER, THETOMB, getting 20% off any product that these guys have made, including our girl Laura. I mean, it's only, like 30 years too late to make a role-playing game inspired by Laura, but I think the reason why they're doing this is because there's a new Tomb Raider anime that Netflix is working on, so maybe that's why. I'm not sure. Hey, remember Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition? I'm probably one of the 5 people on the earth that actually liked 4th edition. Well, Skirmisher Publishing has released their entire collection of 4E stuff that they got a chance to make. It is $4, link down below. As you know, there wasn't a lot of third-party stuff for 4th edition. That sentence makes no sense because the game license for 4th edition was way more restrictive than the OGL. And I'm assuming it's going to be similar to the new game license for 2024 D&D. So Skirmish Publishing managed to make some stuff for 4E. They've released the bundle. It's available, link down below. Paratime Design has bundled together their Friday and Hat maps. We've got 5 different maps that all link together to make a huge mega dungeon or a bunch of separate dungeons. It's $4 and it's inspired by us. The cultures and designs of what is it called? Polynesia. Yeah. Samoa, places like that. Brain fart, need caffeine. We have the 3rd anniversary complete works bundle featuring over 20 battle maps, all done by C Vandal for $6. So if you're looking for battle maps for fantasy, science fiction, whatever, plus he also hid some adventures in there. So pick up the 3rd anniversary complete works bundle by C Vandal for $6. And finally, the charity bundles. If you want to pick up the 80-level mega dungeon that was created during the Janelle Jaqueus Memorial Game Jam, it's available for $50. The funds all go to help Janelle's family deal with the medical bills and all the bills that came up during and after her sad passing. We love Janelle. We love her contribution to the society and gaming in general. I don't know if you need a $50, 80-level mega dungeon. I mean, I love mega dungeons by the next guy, but 80 levels? That's ridiculous. So you could just go to the GoFundMe and give her money directly. Mean Green Press has got the Hope Jam bundle on itch.io, featuring 34 new indie tabletop running games about kindness and hope and sustainability and solar punk and hope punk and fantasy horror punk. Look, guys. Just because you add the word punk to the end of it doesn't make it better. And you really can't combine punk with hope. All right? I'm just going to, as somebody who lived through punk, as somebody who was punk, as somebody who can repeatedly tell you punk is dead, hope, punk, not a thing. Completely opposite. There was very little hope in punk. It was all about rebellion. And speaking of rebellion, we have the never-ending Solo Not Alone bundle, also from Itch.io. This one features 100 more new role-playing games, all based upon solo playing, including the one where you get to play a girl who is slowly transforming her body into that of a horse. Yeah. This is $10, and it goes to help mental health resources. Trust me, if you know somebody who wants to turn herself into a horse, they probably need mental health. We've got a bundle for trans youth, also from Itch.io. This is collected by Riley, who's looking to support LGBT communities in their neighborhood. 119 indie RPGs by individuals who claim they are trans or LGBTQT or just want to support that. This is one where I would definitely say ignore the bundle and just give directly to the charity. We've got the Hero System bundle still going on for the Early Champions bundle and featuring, of course, Aaron Elston's award-winning Strike Force, perhaps one of, if not the best superhero RPG products ever made, Aaron Elston's Strike Force. $15 goes to support the Diana Jones Award Emerging Designer Program. Maybe they can use that money to make a new reward. And then we have the other bundle featuring all the other stuff that Hero made that people don't remember, like Justice Inc. And that was $10, and it also goes to support the Diana Jones Award. And finally, we have the Hero Magazine bundle, which features the various periodicals that had come out over the years for champions in the Hero system. These are actually pretty good, especially some of the Adventurers Clubs. This is $8, and it also goes to support the Diana Jones. Over at Humble Bumble, we've got a bundle for Paranoia. Now, obviously, I can't tell you about the bundle about Paranoia because your security clearance isn't high enough, nor can I put the link in this because, again, your security clearance isn't high enough. So if you go to the Humble Bumble and try and download this, of course, you will be arrested as a mutant and a traitor because you do not have the security clearance to download this bundle. By the way, the link's down below. And that seems to be everything this week. So if any of those sound like a product you want to pick up, head on over to DriveThru or DM's Guild or Humble Bumble and pick them up. Except for that Paranoia Bumble. Do not pick that Paranoia Bumble up because you are not security clearance for that troubleshooter. Friend Computer says so. And if you appreciate the nonsense that's coming out of my mouth, as always, take a moment to consider supporting me by going to Giant Slayer Games and picking up Damaged, the role-playing product for only $1 by yours truly, where I resolve the conflict regarding GM fudging and player agency once and for all. Till then, have a great day.